Brendan's been on a few tours with Australia. He is very skillful. I think he's improved a hell of a lot the last few years, and I'm excited to see him go about his business.
Steve, firstly, this is generally around the time of the year where you go looking for your hands. Have you found them, and are they in good stead?
Yeah, I've had a good couple of weeks actually. A few Shield games where I felt really good out in the middle, so feeling a good place. Hopefully I can take it out in the middle over the next couple of days.
And just secondly, I read the other day Monty Panesar spoke about how he wants the English team to kind of make you feel guilty for what happened in Cape Town. I don't know if you've been across that.
I'm going to go off topic for a second here. Who of you in the room has seen Mastermind and Monty Panesar on that? Any of you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Well, those of you who have, you'll understand where I'm coming from, and those of you who haven't, do yourself a favour because it's pretty comical. Anyone that believes that Athens is in Germany, that's a start. Oliver Twist is a season of the year, and America is a city. Doesn't really bother me, those comments. So, that's as far as I'll go with that one.
Stoke, do you feel, it's been 8 years since you started a series as a Test captain, do you feel like you're a much different person now compared to, I guess, previous times when you're captain? Because you seem like a lot more relaxed in the way you go about things and the way you bat and approach to batting in the nets and everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty chilled. I think I've learned a lot over my journey, and the couple of times that I've stood in for Paddy, I've tried to be pretty relaxed and let the game play, and obviously I've got to do it my own way out there and have my own style, but I'm a lot more relaxed these days, chilled, and let the guys go about their work.
Steve, Jake looks like he's felt really comfortable across the course of the week. Debuting's always going to bring some pressure, but in the Ashes, I guess there's extra spotlight. What have you seen of him this week to give you confidence heading into tomorrow? Yeah, I watched him bat in the nets pretty closely the last few days, and they were pretty tricky nets, fast, bouncy, and a lot of seam, and he's got a lot of courage. He just goes in there. I don't think he faces any of the sidearms or anything. He wants to face bowlers the entire time, and the guys were charging in, bowling fast, so he took it on. He was getting in really good positions, and he goes about it a certain way. So he's been selected for his performances over the last 18 months in particular. He's batted exceptionally well up the top of the order for Tasmania, and hopefully he can bring that to the Test arena. I'm really excited for him. He's worked hard for a long period of time, and I think he's going to complement Uzi pretty well up top.
Ollie, Louis, Dan.
Steve, how tough was it to leave Bo out after the job was done for you guys this year?
Yeah, very tricky. I think he came into international cricket and lit it up immediately. I think it's a really tough one on him. But I think Marnus, when he's batting at his best at number 3, makes us a very, very good cricket side, and we couldn't really leave him out after he came back and did exactly what was told of him. The way he's batted in Shield cricket and one-day cricket for Queensland in the last couple of weeks has been amazing. So when he's batting well, tough to leave out, but hopefully he can bring that to the Test arena now. And for Bo, obviously, he's the one that misses out, unfortunately.
What's the thinking then on Cameron Green? Obviously, he batted 3 when he wasn't bowling. Does the fact that he's bowling change what you think?
Yeah, I think we're pretty versatile with our order and the way we can go about it. And Greenie obviously played exceptionally well at 3 in some tough conditions in the West Indies. But with him bowling as well and taking that load, we feel that 6 is a good position for him right now. It doesn't mean in the future he's not going to slide up the order, but for right now, number 6 suits this team.
Steve, have you settled on who might take the new ball on from just start?
We'll see in the morning, or hopefully maybe 2 mornings. We'll see.
Just on that, you got Steve Quirk in the 2 of your 3 fast bowlers haven't playing first-class cricket out here. They've only played T20 cricket. Have you had a discussion with them about the lengths they're going to need to bowl here, which is a little bit different maybe to other places, and also what do you expect of the surface?
Yeah, it looks a good wicket. Looks pretty similar, I think, to last year's one. Yeah, I think it's going to have some decent pace and bounce in it. And it's probably not as hot as it was last year, so potentially may not crack up as much as that one did. But yeah, I think the guys have their own strengths and how they bowl, and they'll figure out the lengths to bowl on this surface. We've got to adapt quickly to try and find the top of the stumps as early as possible. But these guys are quality bowlers, and yeah, hopefully we can do that.
Mel, on the right here. Mel?
Just further on the bowling attack, there've obviously been some pretty good matchups if you look at Australia's bowlers with some of those England players. Now that it's a bit of a different bowling attack, just how much have you looked at sort of replacing the times when you would normally have gone to Pat or to Josh, and who are the bowlers who would sort of take on exactly those roles? Do you think you've been successful against some of those batters? And also Nathan Lyon hasn't been used as much in Australia in the past sort of couple of years. Do you envision that you might use him more than he has been?
Firstly, I think on the matchups we'll run through that and see how it works out. Obviously, we don't have Pat and Josh playing, so some of the other guys bowl similarly to how they bowl as well. So we'll find the right matchups for the right times as much as we can out in the middle. And Nathan, obviously, I think he's done really well out here. He bowls nicely when the wicket's bouncing. So we'll see how the game pans out. We've got obviously 4 seam options with Greeny there. And then when we see fit, we'll bowl the spin. We might lock him in down one end so the quicks can bowl, and we'll just play the game in front of us. We'll see how England try and play him, and then try and play the game that's in front of us. That's as simple as we can get.
Steve, just give us a couple of your thoughts on Ben Stokes and how he's captained England, and you obviously got a pretty close look at that in 2023. And there's also this, I think, view of him that it's not necessarily a good idea to get him angry or rolled up, because there've been some pretty good performances when that's happened. Like just on his mindset as well.
Yeah, I think he's done a terrific job with England over the last couple of years. The style that they play, I guess, suits them, led by him and Baz, obviously. So, look, he's done a great job, and potentially someone that you don't want to get too riled up. He's had a few performances against us where he's either taken the game away from us or clawed it back. So he's a quality performer, whether it's bat, ball or in the field. He's always in the game and giving 110%. So hopefully we can keep him quiet this series.
Tom?
Steve, there's been a lot of build-up to this series, a lot said and written. How does this build-up compare to Ashes series you've been in before, and what's your message to the new boys so they're not overawed by the occasion tomorrow?
It's pretty standard. I've been involved in a few now, and there's always so many words said before the series. But for us, I think it's about just ignoring the outside noise, concentrating on our processes, what we do well as a team, and trusting and backing that throughout. It's exciting that we're starting tomorrow. Everyone's been raring to go for the last few days of training and even before that. So all starts tomorrow, and hopefully give you guys something good to talk about out in the middle.
Tom, up the back.
England haven't won here for almost 15 years, Steve. What confidence does that give the group that they can not only retain but win this Ashes series at home?
I think for us, it's not really thinking about that kind of stuff. It's just about going out and trusting our processes and playing the game that's in front of us at that time, and not worrying about the past or thinking too far ahead, staying as present as possible, and just playing the game.
Not going to give a series prediction then?
No predictions from this guy.
Josh Hazlewood last year picked up an injury and then was out, unfortunately, for the rest of the India series. Have you got any further update on his fitness and any indication that he will, or confidence that he will be able to come back into this series to play a part?
I actually have no idea. That's a question for the medicos, I think. But I've just been focusing on the guys we've got here, and obviously we've got Brendan debuting, which is a huge moment, as I said earlier. But we'll cross that bridge, I suppose, when we get through this game.
Steve, the last few Ashes series in this country, you've got on top of England early on and then really got away from them. It feels like a bit of a perception in England that England have to win here in order to be able to compete. Do you see that as an opportunity to really get on top of them early, and that maybe there's a bit more pressure on them than you?
I mean, that's the plan. I think you want to try and win the first Test match and get yourself ahead of the game, I suppose, or the series. But yeah, I think either way, we look at last summer, we lost the first Test match and we were able to, claw the series back. So we got a lot of belief in that change room. If the result doesn't go our way this week, that we can turn it around. We saw it last year. So ideally, we play well this week, and we've got potentially Paddy on the table next game. Josh, I don't know, as I said before, but yeah, I think we'll see how this week pans out.
A couple more, Ben up the back, and we'll come over this way.
Steve, you were in England a couple of years ago on the field, some of those moments where England really got a lot of momentum with their batting. Have you had to think about sort of how you will play that as captain if England are looking to be super aggressive with the bat? Do you try and be defensive, or do you just operate how you would normally? Have you thought about it?
Yeah, I think it's just playing the tempo of the game that needs to be played at each certain time. I've no doubt throughout this series there's going to be periods of the game where a few of their batters get off and they score some runs quickly, and for us it might be about being a little bit defensive in those moments, and then finding the moments where we can attack a bit more and just playing the game really that's in front of us, and not letting it drift too far before we implement the plans that need to be played at that certain time. So yeah, I guess that's as simple as I can put it right now.
Steve, sell out the first 3 days, first Ashes Test here. Is this the place to open summer? What's your overall view of this as a Test stadium?
I think it's a great venue, and it's super exciting that the first 3 days are sold out. I think, as we said before, it's this series has been on people's radar for a long time. Obviously, a lot of the English couldn't travel last time England were out here, so it's exciting for them to be able to come down and see another Ashes series, and I think it's a nice place to start the summer.
Thoughts on the 12-man squad announced by England yesterday? Are the batters feeling trepidatious about facing both Wood and Archer? And also, is there anyone on the England team you reckon is maybe underestimated or that we're not talking about?
I'm not sure. I think it's they've got a good lineup. They've got good bowlers in their team. For the conditions, they can play how they like. Obviously, there's a spinner in the mix there in their 12 as well. So, it's we've gone with a spinner. We think he can create good pace and good bounce and a little bit of purchase out of this wicket. So, whether they go with a spinner, I'm not sure. That's up to them. But we'll wait and see how the game pans out over the next 5 days.
Courtney.
You spoke before about or touched on Greenland's development, maybe the skills that he's having. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? And also, what's it like to face him? I'm not sure if you've had the chance to offer, but what's it like to face him?
No, I haven't played him in a game before from memory, or maybe a Shield game close to 10 years ago. But yeah, look, I think I have faced him in the nets here. He gets the ball down at nice pace, stands the seam up. His lengths are really good. So yeah, everything you need for a surface like that out there. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow he can, or the day after, whenever we bowl, he can get the ball in the areas we know that he can, and if he does that, I'm sure he's going to create plenty of chances.